Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome. I've got Summer Safrit here from Nashville, Tennessee. She's going to talk with us about how she's using Sticky Albums in her business. Summer, how long have you been using Sticky Albums?
We've been using them this whole entire school year, so since this past summer.
Okay, great. And what is you focus primarily on high school seniors?
High school senior girls.
Oh, cool. How many seniors did you shoot last year?
We shot around 26, I believe it was.
Awesome. Good for you.
So, yes.
Cool. What's your goal for this year?
My small goal is 35.
Nice.
My ultimate goal, I will not do over 50, but my ultimate goal is 45.
Nice. Awesome. I hope Sticky Albums can help you get there. So, when you first started using it, what was your approach to incorporating Sticky Albums into your business?
We do not sell them, or this past year we did not put them on our price list. It was simply used as a pull-through.
Yep.
My sales manager really talked them up, used them as a, oh my gosh, look at this new product that we have. Talked about how easy it was for them versus having to log on to Facebook, find their album, or find it through their photo album on their phone book, on their actual phone.
Right.
It's just very simple, and we talked about just how cutting edge this was. Every client that we had this year could not wait to get their hands on that album. And we call them just custom apps. Custom mobile apps is what we call them. And we say, we've made an app just for you. You have your own app. And they're like, oh, do I get to go to the app store and get it? I'm like, no, we're going to send it to you. It can be sent out to all of your friends, your family, we talked about how great it was for the family that was far away. So that if they can't see all of your physical pictures, it's a way for them to see your pictures, electronically, and just how great that product was. They just died over it, and that was their first thing. Well, how soon do I get my app? That was the first thing out of their mouths.
I love it.
And then I had a girl who came back and she said, "You weren't offering that app whenever I had my pictures made. Can I have one now?" So they hear about it.
That's perfect. So they were that excited about your sales manager would just introduce it to them in person. And that's one of the things I really recommend, that with anything new, there's going to be a chunk of the people that see it and just get it right away. There's going to be another chunk of people that will never get it. And I think that chunk is getting smaller and smaller. But that's going to happen with any new initiative. But then there's the people in the middle that need just a little bit of hand-holding. And what I've heard is the best way to help them get acclimated to how it works and how they use it is just to show them.
Show it.
If you're in person, if you actually do in-person sales, or even at the end of a shoot, say, hey, check it out. Look at what we're going to send you tomorrow or in the next couple days. And people see it and touch it, and that makes a huge difference.
And I think that when you're telling people about it, it's hard for them to understand exactly what it is. But I always make sure I have 2 of my clients that are on my iPad that I can pull out and show anytime, anywhere, just as a sample.
Right.
And I tell people it's great. We're using it as a welcome kit this year. We're using it for our senior models this year with their coupon attached to it. There's so many different ways of using it other than just to show off client pictures. And that's the greatest thing. When we were at Imaging and we were talking about the product, I told wedding people who shot weddings, and I said, think about how awesome this is for your vendors to be able to say, I have a florist, and every time I take pictures with this florist that they are part of the vendor list, I'm sending you pictures and I'm updating your app. And who are they more likely to show off? Their pictures on this iPad or this phone, or even sending it electronically to their clients. They're more likely to show off your pictures that are in this cool device versus, just being emailed all these pictures from the vendors.
I think that's perfect. That's the part that kind of blew me away. When I started the company, I thought of Sticky Albums fitting this really niche need, and now people have taken it and applied it in a myriad of ways that blow my mind. And that's my favorite one. Is the reality is all small businesses are struggling. It seems like in the last 5 years, all of a sudden every business really needs to be online. And that happened really quickly. And to be honest, there's still a lot of local businesses struggling with how do we get a website? How do we get online in an effective way? And
And
then,
I don't know about you, but I don't think they're a legit business if they don't have some form of a website.
right.
Mm.
And then to make matters worse, overnight, it seems like the web has turned to mobile. And that happened way faster than businesses went to the web. Now, all of a sudden, it's almost like to some chunks of your potential market, if you don't have a mobile-friendly website or the application, it's almost like you don't have a website because
Exactly.
people don't even bother to look at stuff anymore on their computer. A lot of the younger clients don't even have a computer anymore. They just have their phones.
Exactly. I mean, use it to show off price list. I mean, there's so many different awesome ways of using it other than with just pictures. But, incorporating pictures in it, incorporating, as a marketing piece. I mean, just to say, these are our upcoming deals that we have, a calendar, these are our mini sessions that we have through the year where they can flip through and see all the dates that you have or sample pictures. I mean, there's so many options for it that we in our business, we have only just barely scraped the surface of it.
Yep.
This year, we really have a lot of ideas. We've already started brainstorming, my sales manager and I, on ways to use it for this year.
I watched Sue Bryce was on Creative Live in New York a few months back, and she talked about this kind of partnering with local vendors concept. And the point she made that's so well is that if you go in to your local vendors, and people I think have tried this, and you're just asking for something, you're not really you're not going to be received as well as you would. Whereas if you come in offering something for them first,
exactly.
And she goes so far as to say she'll go in to a hair salon and buy like a trim or something or a hair wash, be a customer of theirs first. Then you're paying for their attention, which I think is fantastic. If you can do that, awesome. If not, you can go in, and as we were talking about this, a lot of local companies, as photographers, we have the benefit of already being somewhat more savvy than the normal small business because we've already had to live like on Photoshop and on the web.
Exactly.
So we've learned some of these skills that we forget how valuable they are to other small businesses in your area. You can go in and say, hey, how would you like us to make you a mobile portfolio of all your work? Oh my gosh, we've been dying to do something on the web that we can give away. And of course, it's more about the relationship you're building because guess who they're going to talk about the rest of the week and
Exactly.
on and on.
Think about a restaurant, how you go to a restaurant's website and you can see their menu. Think about them being able to download your own app with their menu attached to it. And there you go. You have your favorite restaurant's menu right then and there.
Yep.
Just thinking outside the box, there's so many options for it it's just an amazing product. And, the price point, I think, is at a really, really good, what do the Martins say? You can't sell cheap and be rich. Really, you have to spend a little bit of money to reap it on the end. It's going to cost you a yearly fee. It's nothing compared to some of these things that you're having to purchase or that you're wasting your money on. This is a product that sells itself over and over.
Cool. So I know you've only had it for a few months. Can you speak to some of the return you've got back? Are you getting customers coming in that have seen it?
Oh, definitely. Just like my senior who had, seen a friend's and had not even, she wanted her one.
Right.
That is one of the first things that they have said, that my seniors that come in, oh, well, I saw so-and-so's app. Do I get one of those? And I'm like, we haven't even started the sales process. And you're already concerned about getting.
I love it. Oh, that's fantastic.
You haven't even ordered your pictures yet.
Yep.
But it's just a great thing. It is. The parents are more concerned about, the products and the physical things, whereas these teenagers, we know they're all digital. That's one of the big things that that people say with selling digital files. Well, do you ask them exactly why they want a CD of images? 9 times out of 10, those people are going to tell you they want them to be able to showcase them off. They don't necessarily want to gyp you on the back end and make their own prints.
Yeah. it's what they know to ask. People don't know what they've been told. Oh, you should ask for the CD, and so this culture of our consumer just thinks that's what you ask your pro photographer. And time and time again, I have Sticky Albums customers saying, this is great. Where I just get to come back right away and say, no, we don't, but we give you your own custom app. Oh, that's what I wanted them for anyway. Can I share my Facebook?
Forever.
Yeah, perfect.
You have these to share.
Done.
Forever. They're in your possession.
And it demonstrates your credibility where you're listening to their needs and your expertise in helping them with an innovative new solution, because they don't know what else you have to offer them. They're just, and that's where you can start to use the Sticky Album as the pull through. The last thing I'll say, excuse me, is when people come in asking, saying, hey, where do I get my app? That's the perfect time to use something as a pull-through. If you have to stop and explain a product that's an incentive, like, oh, if you spend $1,000 with us, you get this great combo pack special widget, right? People aren't going to hear that then. They're like, oh, that's kind of cool, whatever. But if they come in saying, hey, I saw Julie had X, I want it. Well, actually, that's only $500 a la carte, or it's free when you spend $1,000 with us.
Exactly, and we did not. Our first right out of the gate, we did not offer it a la carte, just because number one, I wasn't sure how it would be received, and I didn't know what price point to put on it. I mean, it's it's this amazing item that you find out. It's trying to figure out how much are people willing to spend for it. But we found out that it could be used as a pull-through like none other. I mean, it is that thing that they want.
Yep.
And we used it because it was not on our price list. We used it as our pull-through.
Perfect.
When they were in between two collections.
Yeah.
Well, we will throw this in with this.
Exactly. And then if they don't get to the level you were hoping they'd get to, what I recommend is you position it with the 30 image Sticky Album is what they get at the high level. Let's say they still spend some good money with you. They were great customers, and they've got a great network. Still follow up with them 2 weeks later and say, hey, thank you so much for coming with us. Here's your free bonus Sticky Album with 10 images. And then you still get that same marketing buzz, word of mouth buzz that's created when they start sharing it with all their friends.
Exactly. And my goal is to at least try to get it in everyone's hands, whether it's the full or whether it's part, I want to get it in everyone's hands because it's word of mouth. I mean, I want them to show that off.
Yeah, exactly. Well, perfect. Summer, this was awesome information. I wish you the best of luck in accomplishing your goals this year. We'll follow up and see where we're at in the next 6 months. But this was great. I really appreciate you taking the time to share with us.
Thank you.
You bet. Have a good rest of the day.
Bye.
Bye-bye.